What's going on, love? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the collective message of the day. For those of y'all who are new here, my name is Shawnee. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot, and I typically upload messages on a daily basis for us all, right? Collective messages. When or as opportunity presents itself, you will see collective messages for each zodiac sign, as well as what I like to call collective conversations, okay? If those are things that you may be interested in, or even if any part of this reading brings you some type of clarity, confirmation, transformation, or assistance with your healing in this time, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in following me on any of the other platforms that I am associated with, make sure that you check out the link in the description area, because all of that information will be there, as well as the information to the monthly membership and to book any private sessions or service that you may be interested in. Okay? Woo! That was good. That was good. That was good. Now, so let's go ahead and get into this message. Again, this is a collective message. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? But I'm sure, I'm almost certain that you're going to be able to take in something from this message and apply it to a certain area of your life in some way, shape, or form. All right? All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know our hearts and you know our situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind and an open heart? We ask that you clear anything standing in the way of our clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ooh, shoot. Ashe. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Underneath it all is the priestess. Okay? Yes, go. This is the priestess. Okay, let me be serious. No, for real, but it is. Raising your vibration. Like I'm really feeling like, okay, now it's time. You're realizing, you're recognizing, like, okay, it's time for me to raise my vibration. Like, there are things that I want, there's things that I need to do, and I know that I have to raise my vibration. Once I raise my vibration, then the things around me, like, I will start to see different. My vision will be more positive or more optimistic, right? You won't be looking at things from such a low vibrational place and or space. It's at the end of it all, it's pretty dope, right? We've been getting a lot of, that is so crazy. We've been getting a lot of like self-love type of energy. But so the first card on the table is the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay? So this is some resistance to a certain action that you need to put in. And it's like, now it's time to like chop chop, motherfucker. Like chop chop, hurry up. It's time, right? For you to start transmuting energies from one side of the spectrum to the other, which goes directly into this underneath it all energy, right? That 8 of Wands, it's the 8 of Wands in reverse, and then it goes right into the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is like you recognizing and realizing your strength and your power, okay? So it's you transmuting energy from one side of the spectrum to the other side of the spectrum. So turning those, the nights into days and the dark times into something light type shit, right? You do that by pouring into yourself. You do that by loving on yourself, recognizing what it is that you desire and require in order for you to move forward. And I honestly feel like when you start doing that, when you start showing up for yourself, when you start, recognizing where you can transmute energies, you're also going to build like healthier relationships for yourself, right? You're going to start having like equal give and take type of situations around you, and which will then lead you into this place or this space of having everything that you desire, whether it is, financially, whether it's materialistic type shit, like, but you're going to always have to get to this point of where you're tapping into self first, where you're getting self together first before any of this other shit starts to pop up and show improve. Like, yeah, you're in alignment with this, right? You have to put yourself in a position to start raising your vibration so that you can pretty much, again, align yourself with the things that you desire to experience. With this card showing up in the reverse, I do definitely feel as though you are settling, right? In some way, shape, or form. You are settling, and it's more so like the energy of, do you really even feel like you deserve what it is that you are after or that you desire to come into? That's deep. You have to believe that you deserve it before it actually comes in, right? Tell yourself, make yourself believe, make yourself understand, understand. I deserve everything that my heart desires. And because of that, I know that I have work to do. Because of that, I know that I have to put myself in a position to be able to receive. So if that means cutting certain people off, if that means cutting off certain habits, like whatever it is, you know already what it is that you need to do. You're just overthinking it. There's no need to overthink it. Ain't no need to overthink it. Right? You constantly be talking about, well, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try. Stop trying and just do it. Stop trying and just do it. Look, and then here comes this. Okay? Here comes this Five of Wands. Reverse or not, it comes from underneath it all. So again, that internal conflict. Like, you want to do something. You know that it is best for you to do it, but then you like, damn, but I just don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Like, I can't do that. Everything gonna start going wrong if I do that. People gonna start thinking like this about me if I do that. It's gonna make this seem like that. I'm not gonna be able to pay this. I'm not gonna be able to do that if I do this, right? Instead of focusing on the thing, and I get it, you're trying to be realistic, right? You're trying to be realistic, but you can't think outside of this moment. So anything outside of this very moment that you're experiencing, when you think about it, that's all it is a thought. And you make these thoughts your reality. Like, you count them as true. And maybe, yes, you have probably experienced something before. So now you're trying to like compare what happened then to what you feel like is going to happen now. But the situation ain't the same. So stop doing that to yourself. You're scaring yourself out of doing the very thing that you know you need to do. The only way for you to overcome your fears is for you to start facing them, so that you can recognize, or so that you can begin to see that what you thought was so bad, or what you thought was going to happen, didn't happen at all. You're thinking of the worst that can happen, right? But even in those type of situations, you still have the ability to transmute the energy from one side of the spectrum to the other by you pouring into yourself, right? It's you having to show up for you more than you show up for anybody else in this time. And by you showing up for you, you're going to start building those healthy relationships. No, it's not going to happen overnight. But I can guarantee you'll start to recognize little by little, like how the things are shifting and how things are changing. But again, it starts with you. It starts with you making the decisions that you know that you need to make for yourself when it comes to getting into alignment, once again, with your 10 of discs. This is like everything that you've been asking for. This is everything that you want in all the areas and aspects of your life. The only thing that's keeping you from it is, for one, the relationship that you have with yourself, or the lack of, right? The relationship you have with yourself, or the relationships that you have with other people. But the relationship that you have with you is reflected by the relationships that you have with other people, if I can say it that way. So let's be honest with ourselves, right? Be honest with yourself. What is it that you need to do to overcome this energy, this Five of Swords energy, so that you can start feeling better about yourself, your situation, your circumstances, and be willing to let go of the things that you know are not serving you, so that you can come in and tap into your happiness, like genuine. And I go happiness because it's like, happiness doesn't come from the things on the outside, right? Happiness comes from an inside place. Now, when you allow these cycles to end, or these relationships, or the ways that you've been doing things, when you accept it for what it is and stop doing certain things in a certain way, you definitely come into this energy of accepting yourself for who you are and creating beautiful things, right? Creating beautiful things. I've been going to the bottom of this deck for a long time. Stop fighting against yourself. Stop fighting against yourself. Stop feeling like you gotta fight with everybody else because what they want you, like you don't feel like you need to do what they want you to do, or like y'all agree to disagree sometimes, right? Agree to disagree sometimes and start figuring out who you are at the core. Instead of you trying to show up or you showing up and you being who everybody else expects you to be, start learning yourself enough to know who the fuck you are. And start playing your role and doing your part. Which also comes with you treating yourself better. You being more gentle, more kind, more polite, more compassionate, more forgiving of self first. You know what? It starts with you, right? The relationship with you first. The relationship with you first. And then the relationships outside of yourself will start to get better. Okay? Like, you got to recognize who you are. You got to recognize, like, it's not even, maybe not just you. Let me say we, right? We have to recognize who we are. We have to recognize what it is that we were placed on earth to do. Like, we have to recognize what's our truth, opposed to being so comfortable with holding on with the truths that have been given to us by other people. Listen, I hope that this message today has brought you some type of clarity, confirmation, transformation, or assistance with your healing, right? Make sure that if you haven't subscribed, you subscribe. When I tell you, like, we about to work some magic. Do you understand? We about to work through these things that we've been holding on to. We're about to put ourselves in alignment. We're putting ourselves in alignment. It's time. Like, ain't nothing to it but to do it. What are we waiting for? Make sure you have the most amazing day. And until next time, love, enjoy yourself.